In this video, I'm going to break down a powerful trading strategy which goes by the name the Black Horse. We are going to start off on chart setup, entry patterns and triggers. Be sure to stick up to the end. So we are going to require 4 moving averages for us to apply the dark horse strategy. These indicators are going to be 5 exponential moving average applied to close, which will be applied in yellow color, then 13 in red, 50 EMA in blue, and then 200 EMA in white. So the next thing is now to create the theme for the dark horse strategy. What we are going to do is shift or change the background color to the dark horse. So I've just went to properties, and mind you, this is MetaTrader. So on background, we are going to set it to black, then on foreground to white, right? Then on grid, it's yellow. You can remove grid later on the charts. Bar up, black. Bar down, black. Bull candle, we are going to set it to black. Then same applies with the bear candle. We'll set it to black as well, like that. So if you now have all these as black, you will remain with this particular setup. So the next thing is now to see where to make our entries. Our entries are going to be judged with some crossovers, right? So the first crossover that we require is actually a 50 by 200 EMA crossover, like this, or this, or this. Then the next crossover is now a pattern crossover. Our setups will be coming at the 200 EMA. So the first thing is to see an EMA crossover and then try to look for setups. Let's now have examples of how we are going to trade with this particular chart setup. The first thing, as I've said, is to see a 50 in blue and a 200 EMA in white, like that. They need to give us a crossover. Then after a crossover, we are going to look for a double top or double bottom at the 200 EMA region after a market flow, right? So we can safely say we do not want this 50 EMA 200 EMA crossover on the same day of pattern occurrence, right? Let's now see what kind of pattern. We had this crossover signaling us that the market is now in a bearish move, right? The next thing is now to see a double top, or in this case it's a double top that we are looking for, since the market is signaling us for a downtrend, right? Mind you, this is on the M15 time frame. After that, we can see this first leg, second leg with these EMA crossovers. So you need to see 513 crossover, 513 crossover, and 513 crossover. You enter short, right? Of course, we have hidden the candlesticks that are going to confuse you when they are in place. So this is an example, a proper example where we had a crossover, market flow, pull back to the 200 and gave us this particular pattern, and on the last crossover, that is where we enter the market. Someone may say this crossover will occur whilst the market is already moved. That is why we have used small period EMAs. This yellow line is actually in only 5 EMA. Therefore, this crossover will actually occur very early before the trend has moved. So that was the first pattern. The next thing, we still want to see double tops before we look for double bottoms, since the trend is still in a downward side, right? We can see the market going down, and then here the market pulled back to the 200 EMA, gave us a proper pattern that we were looking for. It's an M, and everyone can actually see that it's an M. If we had candlesticks in place, it was going to be more of subjective and more of confusing. And then at the last crossover, after an M has been set, that is when we make our move, and our entry should always be above the whole yellow structure that we are seeing. Therefore, it's around at this point, and our target should be by our stop loss. and we go on looking for more setups, we can see another M pattern that was issued, and as always, our entry at the last EMA crossover, right? Let's now see another scenario whereby the market is now changed. The market has shifted to the upside, right? From that shift, we can see that the crossover that we require in the first place was issued, and a floor of the market was also issued. The market came back to the 200 EMA, gave us first leg, second leg, and at the last crossover of 513 EMAs was going to give us an entry. You can see the market went to the upside like that, right? So basically that is what we'll be doing. The first thing is to see 50 200 EMA crossover in this dark theme. This dark theme is meant for us to remove the subjectivity of the spikes, the low volume candlesticks, and all those candlesticks that usually confuse a lot of traders. That note, we come to the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you keep on receiving high quality strategies. See you on the next one.